Landing pages are a crucial part of your marketing online, but how can you create one easily for your business? In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through on my computer a step-by-step tutorial of how to use Leadpages and how I create landing pages for myself and for my clients. If you want a quick start guide to the best online tools to use in your business, make sure to click the link below this video to download my free marketing tools resource guide. Now, let's get started.
So what I use for my landing pages is a software called Leadpages. So if you guys are interested in getting your own Leadpages account set up, make sure to click the link below this video. I have a link in there for you to sign up for a 14-day free trial. So when you first go onto Leadpages, this is what the website looks like. Start a free trial by just clicking this button right here. So start a free trial. These are the different options of their programs that they have. So where I would honestly recommend starting off after your free trial is finished would just be the standard $25 a month version. This is all the things it gives you. So one site, landing pages, pop-up alerts, alert bars, unlimited traffic and leads, free custom domain, free hosting, it goes on and on. So compared to a lot of the other landing page softwares out there, I do find that Leadpages is the most easy to use for the most affordable price point. So for $25 a month, that's really not too bad to be able to hook up all the different landing pages you will need to create a sales funnel for your business. So this is when you're paying annually. You do save quite a bit of money. If you go monthly, it is $37 a month. So it is 39% off if you do annual membership. So I always recommend, if you know that you want to keep going with sales funnels and you want to add them into your business, I would pick the annual plan just so you can save some money there. So once you log in, this is actually what the interface will look like. So obviously these are all my different landing pages that I have set up right now. I have quite a few, as you can see, but on the left hand side here is your main menu. So I'm going to kind of come over here and show you all the different features of Leadpages so that you can understand the full landscape of it before we get started into how to build one. So this is where all of your landing pages will live, in this landing page tab here. When you hit sites, this is where you can actually create a website for yourself if you wanted one. So this is obviously just a template that I used, and you can come in here and change all of this information. But what I do love about Leadpages is that you really can, even if you don't have a website, really just start with this software and kind of hit the ground running. So they do have a bunch of different templates for you to use, and you would just come in here and change all of this information. So time to get to work, or whatever you wanted to do there. So that is the actual website section of it, where you could create a website. And if you go up to the top here, it says create new site. This is where all the different templates are. So if you wanted to create a website for yourself using Leadpages, this is where you could do that. But this video is actually all about landing pages, so let's get back into the landing pages part of it. And if you don't know the difference between a website and a landing page, make sure you check out my other video. I will link it to the top of this video here to find out what a landing page is and why you need it in your business. Then if you go over into brand, this is where you can set up all the different colors for your branding, so that when you're in Leadpages, it's really easy to create landing pages using your brand color. So I have all my brand colors set up here. If you wanted to create a new one, you would just hit this little plus sign here and either use your hex code, your RGB code, or just kind of play around and find one here. The next tab is images. So the images tab is where you could upload any new images that you plan on using in your landing pages. You can also upload images while you're actually creating a landing page as well. So I will show you how to do that, but you'll see here just a library of some of the images I've used. If you go to the lead magnets tab, this is also where you can upload your lead magnets. Now, there's a couple different options when it comes to uploading your lead magnets. You can use this section of Leadpages to upload your lead magnet or your freebie here, or you can use Google Drive or Dropbox to hold your lead magnets and then attach a link to the buttons in here or within your email automation services. And that is what I do. This is just a test that I had in here for a client, but when I have people sign up for freebies in my sales funnels, I actually host them in Google Drive and send them a link through my email automation system. So the next tab down here is domains, and this is where you'll set up the different domains for your landing pages. So as you can see here, I have a couple different ones listed. I have wonderment.lpages.co. This is what you will get with the free domain, like the free trial. It's just like a Leadpages account domain. If you want to create a customized domain, you can do that here by purchasing a domain, or you can connect a domain that you already have. So if you've purchased a domain from something like GoDaddy, for example, you could connect your domain here. So I purchased a separate one for all of my landing pages because I wanted it to be really clean and crisp. So I have all of my landing pages connected to wondermentwarrior.com. So now let's go back over to landing pages and actually create a landing page together. So I'm back in my landing pages home screen, and if I go up here to create a new landing page, it's going to ask me what I would like my landing page to do. So it gives me 3 different options: generate leads, make sales, or something else. So for the majority of people, you're most likely going to start out with this generate leads option. What this means is that you're collecting leads by offering an incentive or a freebie in exchange for someone's email list. So this is the strategy that I use when I'm on my YouTube videos, or I'm doing ads on Facebook, anything like that, where I'm trying to generate leads for my email list. So that is the generate leads one. If you were an e-commerce company, or say you were doing an offer that you wanted people to go through a sales checkout page, you'd want to click the make sales option here. Then the something else is just build brand awareness with a mini site, a thank you page, event registration, and more. So those are the 3 options there. You can also browse all templates and start with a blank page. So if you wanted to create something completely customized, you could start with a blank page. But for this demonstration, I'm going to hit generate leads. So the next option is, what are you offering your visitors? So again, this is where you can kind of decide, is it a free resource? Is it a free consultation? Is it a newsletter? Like, what are you providing to them? In this example, I'm going to do free resource. So I'm going to click that one. And then it's going to give me 6 different templates here. Now, if I don't like any of these templates, I can always go down here and hit browse all templates, which is what I'm going to do. So now that I'm in browse all templates, you can see there's a lot of different options here. And what I really like about it is they do kind of like organize them in terms of what they're for. Like, they have a yoga ebook, they have a post-event bonus page, they have a Buster business, like all these different options. I'm just going to come down here and find one that I think might work for my brand. So I'm going to pick this one. So I'm going to go view, and then at the bottom here it says use this template. So I'm going to click that, and it's going to bring up the page editor. But before it does that, it's going to say give your page a name. So this name is not actually going to be seen by the public. This is just a way for you to categorize what you're naming it. So what the page is, So I like to keep this as specific as possible so that if you have a really long list of landing pages, after quite a while, you are able to recognize what the landing page is. So I'm going to say freebie for Instagram bundle. Okay, so now we are in the main page editor here. Now, what I also really like about Leadpages is at the top here, it says it has this little lead meter. While not all of the templates in Leadpages will have this lead meter, most of them do. Most of the preset ones that you can pick in the templated area are going to have this little lead meter. So basically what that's telling you is that the more this lead meter is green, the better chance you have of creating a converting landing page, which is the goal, right? So I always like to look at that. If I do a lot of changes to these landing pages, just keep an eye on this, that it doesn't go really far down. So now, like, this one's really simple. You can come in here and change all of these things. So if you hover over this, it all kind of highlights in blue little boxes here what you can do. So here, if you just click on it, it'll bring up another little box, and then I can change this wording. So I can say, learn more about Instagram. And then I could change the font to Oswald if I want, which is my brand font. Let's go back down there. It has to be highlighted. And then you can change the size of it. You can change the spacing of it if you want. You can change the colors down here. So I'm going to maybe change that to green there. You can bold it, you can italicize it, you can underline it, all of those different things. So then once you're finished with that, just hit the X button, come down here, and you can highlight this again, say the best Instagram strategy you will ever find for your business, okay? And again, you could do the exact same thing. Hit this little pencil button there and change all of the information here. So I can change that to Oswald as well. And then here, same thing. This is a button. So all of the same kind of steps. You hit the little pencil here, and it's going to bring up this little toolbar where you can change if you want it to be rounded, really rounded here. If you want it to be a larger icon, you can hit there. You can go over to the text and then again change the font there, the color of it. So say I wanted it to be green, I could change that. And then this one is the link, the pop-up. So this button is actually made into a pop-up form. So I'll show you what that looks like after when I click on it. But if this wasn't a pop-up, let's go back there. If this wasn't a pop-up form, this little link button is actually where you would put the link to whatever the next action is for the landing page, okay? So now here, when you hover over this, it says edit pop-up. So I'm gonna hit that button there and it's gonna bring the pop-up up. So now I can make any edits I need to this page here. So again, I can change this and be like, give me your email, right? Obviously, you're going to create more creative messaging and text than that, but this is just an example. And then here you can go edit integrations, and it's going to pull up all the different options on the left-hand side here. So here you can name your form if you wanted to. You can have notify me, which is that every single time someone opts into this form, it's going to send an email to your email address to let you know that you have a new opt-in. So if you're just starting out, this can be kind of nice because it's a little bit of a motivational email every time you get one of these in your email box. But if you do get a lot of subscriptions, this might be something that you want to delete because it could clog up your inbox. So if you wanted to add another integration, you could just come down here and pick what you wanted to add. So I have a couple different email marketing services in here right now, but I'm going to click Wondermint Creative here because that's my active campaign, which is what I use for email marketing. I could hit which list I wanted the person to be added to. So all these different options here. So I'm just going to pick a random one. Doesn't really matter for this example. But now I have them being added to my list in my email marketing service when they sign up for this freebie, as well as being notified by email. And then I can come over to fields at the top here. So now I can say what information I want from the visitor. So right now I just have email, but maybe I also want to add their first name. So I can go in there and go first name, and these little arrows up here, the up and down arrows, are going to move it up or down in the form's order. So when it comes to forms on landing pages, you don't want them to be too long, because the longer that a form is, the more commitment it is for your potential customer to fill that out, right? So I always like to keep it either first name email or first name email and maybe a phone number depending on your industry, right? And then the third option here is actions. So now that they've filled this out, what's the next step in your sales funnel? So what's the next landing page that you need to create? So you can have it go to a default lead page thank you if you want, but I never recommend that. I always recommend that you create another thank you page with either just saying thank you, or you could have them being sent to your Facebook group, or you could be giving them another offer that's a little bit smaller. There's a lot of different options there, and it depends on your sales funnel strategy, but we aren't going to go into sales funnel strategy in this video, but you can kind of have your different options there. Underneath here, it says email a file or link to visitors who complete this form. And that is where you could add that lead magnet if you wanted to have that emailed to them right away. But again, I don't recommend using this part of the form. I recommend having it set up through your email automation software and have them go through a full email sequence. So that's how I would do my strategy for that. I wouldn't actually keep the lead magnet in there. But I'm just going to say save and close. So now that this is all how I want it, I can just click anywhere to get rid of that. Now you can kind of see that this page is broken up into two columns. So if you hover over here, you're going to see this little slider here. And this is actually the divider between the two columns. So I could pull this and drag it over farther to make the words kind of stretch with the page. So say I wanted it, you know, like this. I could leave it like that. Perfect. So now I can come up here and maybe I don't want this picture, but this picture is being used as a background. So if I hover all the way to the top here where it says body and click these three little dots beside, I can go edit section settings. So I'm going to click that and you will see where the image is here. So if I just got rid of that, I can hit the little exit button. I can get rid of that entirely. Or if I wanted to put a color on here, I could hit this button here and change the brand color to, maybe I want it to be my purpley color, or maybe I want it to be pink. So now I could add more padding to the top, to the bottom, to the left, to the right. I can play with all of these different settings here. So I can come out of that and just hit exit. Now, if I go into widgets, on the left hand side here, these are all of the different widgets that I could add into this landing page. So if I wanted to add an image on the right hand side, I could just pull this and drag it over to, and where you can drag it over, it'll be hovering over here. You'll see the blue lines of where you can actually put it. So there, I could add it there. I could click on it and then click the button, the little picture button here, and add an image and go insert. I could do that. Say I wanted to add another button. Again, I could just drag and drop it and put it in there. I could add another form. I could drag and drop and put it in there. So there's all these different options that you can kind of play around with. If you wanted to add another image here, stick it in there. So it's getting a little cluttered, but you guys get the idea. Again, click it there and hit the little picture button. And do you remember how I said that you can upload photos in two different ways? You can go into the actual picture section that I showed you at the beginning, or you can come to the upload section here and then just select straight from your computer or drag and drop it in. So I'm just gonna pick a random photo that I have on my computer here and I'm gonna say insert. So now I have my picture in there. So say this is all set up, but I wanted to change it a little bit, right? It doesn't quite look how I wanted it to look. So I can drag and drop using this little guy right here, this little, almost looks like a mouse kind of arrow compass. I don't know what you want to call it, but I could kind of move everything around here like this. So I wanted this to be here, and then maybe I wanted these words to kind of come back up here, and I didn't want this button anymore. I can hit the little delete button, and then I could, you know, maybe move this photo up a little bit higher there like that, right? You can kind of move things all around to how you want it. Again, I could expand that a little bit. So I would play around with all these different options of buttons here. Now, if you come into styles, this is again where the font styles are going to be. You can change this to your brand fonts. The page background color, again, you can change the color here or add an image if you wanted to. All the different options in that settings there. So now if we go to the left-hand side and hit settings, this is where your actual page settings and your SEO settings are going to live. This shows you the SEO preview, meaning when somebody searches in Google and finds this page, this is what's going to show. So I always like to come in here and make sure that this is all set up with the keywords that I'm trying to rank for. You could come in here and say freebie strategy for Instagram. And then in the description, I could say this is a free download to learn how to use Instagram for your business. And again, obviously you would want to make sure that this was using proper SEO strategy, so finding keywords and all of those things down here. So now it says SEO page keywords. So if you had certain keywords that you were trying to rank for, this is where you would put them. So you could put Instagram strategy. So now it goes to social if you hit the top there. So this is what's going to show up if someone shares your landing page on a social media platform, or if you're using this landing page as part of a Facebook ad strategy, this is what's going to show up. So you want to make sure this is all done as well. So you can hit choose image here and choose an image that you would like to use for the page. So I'm just going to pick this one randomly. Social page title, again, freebie for Instagram. And you can change this to the best Instagram strategy, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. So that's the social tab. Next is the analytics tab. So this is where you would want to put your Google Analytics tracking ID. So if you were wanting to see the visitors that came to this site, or to see how, if people were bouncing off it, or what was happening when people landed on your actual landing page, this is where you would want to hook up your Google Analytics. So that would where you put the tracking ID. If you had any other tracking code you wanted to add, this is where you would add that. So now that that's all finished, I just hit save and we are done with our landing page. So, I mean, obviously this isn't very pretty. I would want you to spend a little bit more time on creating an aesthetically pleasing landing page, but this is just giving you an idea of all the different settings you could put into a landing page. From here, you can hit preview and it will show you what your landing page will look like on desktop, mobile, and tablet. So you can hit that and make sure that everything looks good that way, because that is a really important step, especially on your phone, because most people are searching for things on their phones nowadays. So once you're done with that, you can hit exit preview. It'll take you back to the main editor here. And if you are all ready to go with it, you could hit publish, pick the domain you want it to be attached to. So I'm just going to attach it to this one that I never use because this is just a test. And then you could have the backend be whatever you want. So I'm going to leave it as freebie for Instagram. That's fine. And then if you're ready to go, you just hit publish and it will do its thing. Once it's all published, it's going to give you the actual link for the landing page. So you could copy this link, come back over into an internet browser here, hit copy, paste, and it'll be live. So this is what your final page will look like. So just to give you an idea of what a finished landing page looks like, I'm going to show you a landing page that I created for my 12 Days to a Profitable Business Challenge. This is a free challenge that I have on Facebook in my Facebook group. So if you're interested in catching the next one, make sure you click the link below this video in the description. There will be a link to join my Facebook group. So if you are interested in having a free challenge to learn how to grow a profitable business, make sure you click the link below and join us there. We would love to have you. But this is just an example of what a finished landing page can look like. So as you can see, I have my logo, all of my text. If you come down here, I explain all about the challenge. I had a countdown here before it was going live, which is currently over right now, but it would be counting down if it was before that. And then a little bit about me. So this is just an example of what a finished landing page would look like, but you can do a lot more. Here is another one I have that I can show you as well. I'll go into the back end of it so you can see. Again, just talking about my marketing foundation workbook that I have. So again, my logo, I have a picture of the actual freebie here, and then they can download it. So that's it.
So as you can see, Leadpages really is a simple and effective landing page software to use. I have used many different softwares in the past, such as ClickFunnels or MailChimp's free landing page software. I've even used WordPress to try to create my own landing pages on the back end of my website. While all of these options are great, I think that Leadpages is the best software to use if you're just starting out with your landing page journey, or even if you are starting to create sales funnels for your business. It's just really simple and easy to use, and it's at an affordable price point. If you've been using landing pages for a while in your business, I would love to know what your favorite landing page software is. So make sure to comment below and let me know. And if you're looking for other marketing tools to use in your business, make sure to click the link below this video to download my free marketing tools resource guide. And as always, if you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more weekly videos.